I found that the virtual learning environment was amazing for developing deep, meaningful connections with people because you're looking at their faces on your screen right in front of you, and you get this window into their lives wherever they are in the world. And it just lends itself better to discussion-based learning than looking at the back of somebody's head in a generic classroom somewhere.
The great part was that I didn't have to wait until I graduated to get started with my journalism career because it's completely remote. I was able to move out to Texas and get started with that job and still continue with my coursework.
It wasn't until I started at AJO that I ended up finding my first job as a full-time reporter, and then taking those classes online. It was really great for my schedule.
Throughout the whole program, to sit in my dining room where I'm sitting right now in Southern California at 4 o'clock on an afternoon, and to log into class and see my professor who was in New York 3 hours later delivering, a lecture or discussion with my fellow students who were joining us from, all corners of the globe. They were in Vietnam and Qatar and Florence, and it was the middle of the night for them, and yet they were there and they were alert and awake, and they were, they brought their A game. And I learned so much from them, from their experience and perspective, and from their passion. I loved those classes where we got to wrestle as a group with some of the ethical dilemmas we were going to face as journalists and really decide how we were going to approach those challenges.
For me, because I don't live in New York or even in the US for that matter, and I'm juggling jobs and family on top of my studies, the flexibility of the AJO program was key. A lot of university programs I've seen have trouble getting that balance right of keeping students on track, but also making space for when life happens. NYU's AJO program gave me that by allowing me to work things out directly with professors when life cropped up. The software also supported this. We were using industry standard tools, so that's useful when you get out too, because even if you don't have a journalism background going in, you do get a very realistic taste of what the journalism industry can be like through your studies.